India, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fan Doosra with me, Tommy Sandhu, in association with our good friends at Daffa News as well. Welcome, one and all. Welcome, super fans from around the world. It's here. It's here, ladies and gentlemen, the highly anticipated Test Series and our show for the fans, by the fans. It's India versus England, and it starts today in Trent Bridge, Nottingham, just round the corner from where I am. And on standby with all the real talk are my super fans. You can see on the side of the screen, we've got Yadad, give us a wave. We've got Sunny, and give us a wave. And we've got these two blue dresses. Oh, okay. Alan Sanika as well. Hi, guys. Hi. All right, listen. First of all, we've got to say, I'm mega excited. I'm mega excited because in this kind of day and age, we're just happy to have live sports and events on. We're happy to have people attending stadiums. I think everything with the Olympics, even as well, things are kind of going a bit under the radar. Even this Test Series has crept up on us a little bit under the radar. Yeah. But now that it's here, you can count on your fans, us, to give you the feelings of the fans as real as it comes. Yadad, tell me how excited you are right now. Try and contain yourself.
Well, nothing can get as better as it is because, I was checking down the rain prediction because that was happened, last time we were just keeping an eye on what's the status of the rain god. But hopefully we are expecting a full day play and, that doesn't get any better. So hoping we get a full day of a game of 80 to 90 overs and every fan will be satisfied.
Okay, I gave that 4 seconds until Yadad mentioned the rain. He was like, I was like, Yadad, how excited are you? He goes, rain. Okay, I know. Because, you see, it only feels like a very little while ago that the World Test Championship was happening. India, obviously, New Zealand and the Kiwis and the rain played a big part. But that aside, Sunny, I want to capture your feelings inside right now. You're sat on your wonderful padded headboard, which is where I love you, in your bedroom, which we know is the place to be in Sunny's house. But what are you feeling right now, son?
Well, I'm really excited because it's been a long time since we had a series against England, and that too in prime English conditions. So it'll be a challenging series for us. But on the other hand, you can see England squad as well because Ben Stokes is not there. They're pretty unsettled. The balance is not there, so they'll find it tough against our quality bowling attack.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to talk more strategy in just a little while. But Kunal and Sanika, always good to have you guys with us. What's the mood like amongst you guys in Mumbai?
Very excited. I mean, after a long time, I'm actually excited for a Test series because last time home tours, to a point, India dominates very well. But then when it comes to playing in away conditions, it's really exciting to watch because we know it's going to be a good contest. And last 2 tours, we've just won 2 matches against England. Now we might actually have a potential opportunity to turn that around. I mean, Australia, we've defeated them twice. Now England might just be another one.
And this is a fresh start because this is new era of World Championship.
Yeah.
So I guess it will be fun to watch and we will win. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
And as always, the great thing about the series is that rather than just being a 1 or 2 match test, we're going to see the best team. This is it. This exposes you. This is like this is not like speed dating. It's not like 2020. This is a relationship. We're going to stand the test of time. Our highs and our lows will all come about, and we're going to see us what we really are. And there's a lot of optimism. There's a lot of optimism in general about the India squad and how great we are looking potentially on paper. But let's get into this properly. It's time to talk. Are you ready for this, guys? You're going to like this. It's time to talk game plan.
Wow.
Now, wait for it. Game plan time. See? I got my own game plan. Every time. You got to be careful. Don't abuse it. Don't say the word game plan too much because then it just starts playing by itself. Okay? whole separate person dedicated just to playing the game perfectly. No, it's great. Listen, this is what it's all about. We're real fans. We're not going to talk in a commentator way. We're not going to talk in a politically correct way. From the heart, real as it comes. Yatad, what's going on? What's your mind saying going into this test series? You're captain. What are you thinking? What we need to instill in our squad to take this series?
Well, definitely, this is the best possible chance when India can actually win a test match in India because, if you look on paper, we have got one of the best sides. One of the best sides. If we look on paper, we have got some quality names. The question here arises: which combination do we get in? So we have got a lot of options, right? So we can have a 11 in which we enforce 5 bowling options. On the other hand, looking on the pitch, I personally enforce, you go with 4 bowlers. You can go with 3 frontline seamers, and you can have a you can have a part-time spinner, or you can have a full-time spinner. If you go with a part-time spinner, it just adds a pushing to the batsman. So now the question here arises: now you have got 6 quality batsmen. Now, if you go in with a Jadeja, then I don't think that you are considering him as a proper bowler because in Southampton he totally bowled only 15 overs. So 90% of the time when management plays him, he's playing as a proper batsman. So why not play a Hanuma Vihari instead of a Ravindra Jadeja at number 7? So it will just strengthen your batting. So you have got your top, you have got KL to open with Rohit as Mayank is injured, and you have Chiteshwar at 3, Virat at 4, Rahane at 5, and Pant at 6, and why not Vihari at 7? So that really takes the question out of a collapse. Even if we lose 3 to 4 early wickets, we have got decent amount of batting to just total the England bowling. Then going on to the bowler, I think the question here arises whether you go with Bumrah, because Bumrah in the recent time has been not at his very best. So I think the wrong part on the Indian management is pulling their bowler for all the 3 formats. If you look, Bumrah is playing all the 3 formats at his potential very best, and even in the IPL. So give Bumrah a little bit, bring in someone like a Siraj who's desperate to get some game, and Siraj, Ishant, and Shami and Ashwin the number 2nd test bowler. So I think with this 11, we can definitely beat this England side.
Well, okay. Lots there, lots to digest. Sonny, where do you stand on the kind of team India you want to see, rather than getting into the specifics of the players and orders just yet? What kind of squad needs to come out and beat England?
Well, I'm pretty looking forward to how Rohit Sharma plays in these sort of conditions, because he has done well in the shorter format. In the white ball format, he has been brilliant. We've seen that what he's capable of doing in white ball cricket in England. But it's time that we should see how he tackles that red cherry. And then the other 2 guys who actually come to my mind are Chiteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane, because Rahane, if you look back, let's say 3 to 4 year back, he was a prime contender to be, termed as a legend, because the kind of innings he's played in the overseas cricket, whether be it England or be it Australia. And one innings that come to my mind is which he actually he went on to score 100 on a green top wicket at the Lords in 2014, which eventually turned out to be a master innings from him, because each and every batsman was struggling at that point of time, and he was the one who kept who actually led from the front and took the team to a pretty good total. Coming to Chiteshwar Pujara, well, he's going through a lean patch. It's been 2 years since he scored a century, so it's going to be a very, very important series for him. And as Yatharth mentioned about Jasprit Bumrah not being in the rhythm, maybe having too much of workload because he plays all the 3 formats. So give him a rest. Take either Shardul Thakur or Siraj along with Mohammad Shami and Ishant Sharma, because you need to give some rest to your prime bowlers. It's a long series. You have to look out for which players should be prioritized, which players should be given proper rest. But I think we all know the kind of player Bumrah is, and if given a chance, then I think he will prove everyone wrong.
Okay, you hope so.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, Sanika and Kunal.
Yeah.
again, simply from your point of view, there's a lot of pressure on this India squad. I never like it when everyone says, "Oh, they're the tournament favourites, they're the series favourites," but here they are as favourites. Great squad. The 2 wins, as you mentioned, in Australia. Does that put unnecessary pressure on? Is it not about that? Forget the past. It's crunch time.
Yeah, I think Indian players always have that kind of a pressure. I mean, even if we don't win, there's still a lot of pressure. Like you have to go there and win it. I mean, even before India actually defeated Australia in Australia, there was pressure. Like this is the best Indian side to tour Australia. You have to win it. So mainly, answering your previous question regarding how game plan and strategy and everything. Right now, our sole focus should be on the World Test Championship final in 2023. We have to build a team for that, irrespective of the result of this entire series. Even if we lose final, we have enough series and matches so that we can build win enough matches to make it to the finals. What we should focus on is knowing which players are going to stay till the 23 till 2023 when the finals is being played. So someone like Pujara, I remember after the 2011 Cup, many senior players were rested because for the 2015 Cup you need young guns. So that's when we got Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma, Virat as the main, in place of Sachin. That's the spot that he had to step up to. So in that sense, we should know, is Rahane, is Pujara going to stay in good form and in good fitness, that they'll be at their best when we'll be playing the next final. So that should be the prime focus of this series, according to me. And result, obviously, we want them to win. But then, let's be honest, first match, in fact, I would be fine if we lose the first match because that's how we've been doing it. Losing the first match and winning the rest of the matches.
We don't. 10 minutes in and
Tommy, look.
I mean, what is this? A little wall of negativity here. We've got Mr. Rain from above. You've got Kunal there saying, "Oh, what if we just lose?" Everyone's in a negative space. Thank you, Sunny, for bringing the sunshine, Sunny. In the middle. So we got Sanika, though. Give me a bit more optimism here because I feel like we're already looking ahead. Well, Kunal's planning 2 years down the line. Again, it's like you're on a first date and she's talking about what
marriage.
And it's like, whoa, we're not there yet. We're not talking about 2023. Is it not true, Sanika, that these players actually just need to focus on each ball as it comes, each play as it comes? We shouldn't worry too much about the past or the future.
Yeah, always we should be in the present. And for strategically, we have our captain and the management. They will look forward what strategy to do. But here, one comment on Insta, which I agree. He is saying, Rishabh, he is saying waiting for your new song. So I am also waiting for the song.
From the Bharat Army.
Yeah.
Well, that goes without saying. If there's one thing that Bharat Army do, is provide songs. Energy. Anybody who's watching this right now, who'll be watching the match on the telly, just look at all that noise you hear at the ground. That's Bharat Army. That's Bharat Army. And right now we're making noise with you guys as well and joining up the fans of India from all around the world. Okay, so we're all excited. We know it's good. Let's break down some of that play that you spoke about. Sanika and Kunal, I want to come back to you guys. Talk to me about Siraj, Shami, Sharma, Bumrah. In fact, let's take a look at the playing 11. This is who we think India's team will look like if we have a look at that on the screen. And then when I just see that bowl, all those bowlers, I just get very, very excited. Take a look. Are we going to get the 11 up on the screen? And then have a look. And we'll have it in a second. But when we do, just straight away, as soon as you say those names, Siraj, Shami, Sharma, Bumrah, does that not excite you?
Absolutely. I mean, it's really good. I mean, since when I was a kid back in school, I remember our bowling lineup being dominated by spinners. So it was always, you've got Ashwin, you've got Harbhajan Singh, you've got really, really good spinners. But now, in away conditions, it's really good to have these really world-class bowlers, world-class pacers. And one thing that we need to focus on is the fact that it's a long series, like Sunny mentioned, and fitness is a big concern. Like, if you're playing every single bowler, I mean, if you're making bowlers bowl for consecutive matches, there might be chances of injury. So if Siraj is playing one match, he can probably be rested, even if he does well for the second one, and then bring him back for the third one. So that's something that we can toggle in between. That's the kind of cushion that we have. That's the backup we have with the with 4 or 5 pacers that we have in the lineup. So that's how we need to utilize them.
But Sanika, a key tournament for Siraj, don't you think?
Yeah, actually, and I mean he has played quite well.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to ask Sunny about this.
Yeah.
Will India choose two spinners, or will India go for like one Shardul Thakur and another spinner?
Well, it's a tough ask, because in English conditions where ball does a lot, you need to have that extra bit of cushion. Playing someone who can bat uh, down the order, who can provide you with some runs, but it also comes with the fact that if one of your prime bowlers is not
Yeah.
getting the wickets, then you tend to struggle. So
Yeah.
it depends how the pitch is, how the conditions are. If Shardul Thakur is required, then I think he's also pretty good with the new ball. He can
Yeah.
swing the ball really well. So for me, it's going to be Shardul versus Siraj, but Shami and Ishant Sharma is there for sure.
Yeah. Tommy, answering your question regarding Siraj, it's a big series for them. I mean, absolutely. I remember Siraj being the butt of all jokes back in 2018 when it comes to IPL and T20 cricket. And now he has come back as a absolute winner, making a debut against Australia, winning the series. And now we are actually looking at him. And there's one more person, Rishabh Pant. I remember 2018, he was also being, trolled, criticized a lot. And it's good how the management has backed these players over the course of time, and they have delivered it quite well. So Rishabh and Siraj, two players, and I'm really proud to see them right now.
Yeah, I agree. People that we won't be seeing, Gill and Agarwal,
Yeah.
out due to concussions and injuries and,
Yeah.
pre-match issues. What do we think about our squad composition then? How does that affect how we're putting our batsmen together?
Yeah. Honestly, the first news that came in regarding Mayank he got hit by a bouncer, right? The first impulse was Navdeep Saini did it because he's the one with the beavers in it usually, but then luckily it was someone else. But then, yeah, I mean, Tommy, what is your question regarding?
Oh no! So now that we have Gill and Agarwal out,
Yeah.
how do we jiggle things around to make it
So,
work?
yeah, so we do have Prithvi Shaw and Suryakumar joining in for the second or third test match onwards. So then we do have a backup. And then I think we've really got KL Rahul who can ideally open with Rohit Sharma. That's how I would prefer the ideal opening combination to be. But then, let's see. For me, I'm currently a lot focused on what Rohit Sharma scores today because there's a big question mark when it comes to Rohit Sharma's overseas performance in test cricket. So that's why I want Rohit Sharma to prove the haters wrong. That, he can bat really well in away conditions as well.
Yadart, you tell me where you feel about Gill and Agarwal not being available today.
Well, it's a big loss. Before the series has started, we had some quality openers. We had a lot of options. We had Gill, we had Mayank Agarwal, we had KL, and now Hanuma Vihari as well as Abhimanyu Iswaran. So we had a lot of options. But now, Mayank and Gill, one of the star, like replacement. We thought, okay, Gill is not there, give Mayank a chance. But now seeing both of them injured, I think KL Rahul is one of the most better contender, who can rise up to the occasion because he has scored some runs in England, but that needs to come off more consistently. If you look on the previous tours, 2018, he has scored some 334 runs. So that is a decent number of score which a batsman would like to look. But on the other hand, you have someone like got Rohit Sharma. So the problem with Rohit Sharma is he gets off to a brilliant start, but the thing is he rather throws his wicket very soon. So it's not like he is struggling in the foreign condition. He is playing. He has played and adapted pretty well. He has got some 40s and 30s. But the thing is, if you get a proper start, you should just convert it into a big one. So that's how a big player responds to a great innings. So lots of eyes on Rohit Sharma, how he performs in the occasion.
Okay, Sunny, the team have been in the UK since the match against the Kiwis. They've been pretty much here the whole time. That's got to help, hasn't it, for acclimatizing to this crazy UK weather?
Yeah, definitely. Players must have got used to that UK weather, and especially, everyone mentioning about Rohit Sharma being the player to look out for, and I think he's the one who will be enjoying in this sort
Yeah.
of situation because he's got that lazy elegance, and that thing does comes into play in these sort of conditions because you need to counter that late swing which is there, especially against James Anderson. I know people will be talking about Anderson versus Kohli, but this time I feel it'll be more Rohit Sharma versus Anderson, how
Yeah.
he tackles Anderson and the new ball. And I really feel that we're gonna we do gonna see best of Mohammad Siraj.
Yeah.
Rishabh Pant, we all know that he's been in good nick since the Australian tour, and he'll be eyeing to play that sort of reverse coup to Anderson once again. So Rohit Sharma, Rishabh Pant, they all be loving this English conditions because
Yeah.
बहुत टाइम स्पेंड करा है उन लोगों ने वहाँ, वो सोच रहे होंगे अब तो मजा करते हैं.
Yeah. Sunny, one thing, I mean, we've been driving the conversation in the sense that we are going to bat. I just want to know from all of you, like, in case we win the toss, what do you think India is going to choose? Like, are we going to bowl or bat?
Well, definitely you will bat on this sort of surface because generally, how do you win the test match? You get off to a good start because it's very rare you win a test match while chasing. We did it at the Gaba, but it's not that every time we are going to lose. So the pitch has something. The pitch has a lot of grass covering. So if we get even a 250, more than enough.
Oh, cool.
And I think Nottingham has always been a batting friendly track rather than a bowling friendly. Only on few occasions we have seen, it turning out to be completely alien against the opposition. Because I remember in 2011 it was Stuart Broad who took a double hat trick, if I'm not wrong, on the same ground because the conditions were pretty overcast, pretty bowler friendly.
Yeah.
But in the recently concluded past two series, we've seen a lot of runs being scored on this ground. So I'm really looking forward to how Virat does because he has a habit of not going too well with the tosses. So he'll be looking to get one in his favor,
Yeah.
and we all know what Virat's going to do. If he win the toss, he'll be bowling. But
Yeah.
for me, if I were the captain, I would, maybe whatever the result, I definitely want to bat first on the wicket.
Okay.
Cool.
There's a lot of Sanika. There's a lot of talk about Kohli and Pujara as well. I've been seeing stuff written in papers. We want to see those two come together. They've got 45 Test centuries between them, but they haven't fired together for quite some time.
Yeah.
So, where does that leave you feeling about that potential partnership or them as batsmen?
See, a partnership, I don't know, but I want Kohli's 71st century
yes.
in this test match.
It's high time.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years that we've been counting this, but then hopefully this might just be the right place, a right moment for him. Like, start of the next World Test Championship career, campaign with a century. That'll be cool to watch. But Tom, it's more like a coin toss. Earlier in ODI, Rohit and Dhawan used to do it. If heads, Rohit scores a century and Dhawan gets out quickly. If tails, Dhawan goes on to hit a century and Rohit gets out quickly. I think that's the thing with these two as well.
Let's have a look at the captains. Let's have a look at them on paper. This is our player focus on the captains and how the two captains effectively match up. You guys will like this. Look at the stats there, and just take that in. Take a look at how they size up against each other. You can see about the matches played. I don't know. Looking at that, whose side do you want to be on? What do we think about that, Sonny? First of all, when you see those stats.
Well, I see. For me, I'll be on Virat's side because he has been phenomenal. Past 2 years have not been that good, but it's just the benchmark which he has actually said. If he doesn't get century, people will be like, oh, he's not scoring runs. Even though he's trying his best to play as many balls as he can, play a long innings, steady the ship, lead from the front as a captain. But that's the thing you got to deal with as a captain because no matter how you perform, it's all about how team performs. So I'm looking forward to how Kohli himself does in the series and how he manages everyone in the team. From the openers to the all-rounders to the bowlers, because we've got pretty good mix. We've got a lot of players we can shuffle if required. We can provide a proper rest. It's all about managing those set of players properly.
Okay, I agree. Let's have a look at the bowlers focus then. Right now we can look at I believe it is Sharma and Anderson. There we go, as they go up against each other. Again, a lot more experience under Anderson. And with those stats, Yatharth, what do you see there?
Well, the stat speaks for themselves. If you look at the stat of Anderson, he has played 167 games and he has taken a lot of wickets. He has taken nearly 617 wickets. So that really tells you that he hasn't that many of fifers which Ishant Sharma has, but he is rather being more consistent. Every 26 ball which he bowls, he get down to a wicket. So as a bowler, average really matters. So if I were to choose between them, then definitely James Anderson has a high edge over Ishant Sharma.
Kunal, I'm sure you've got a bit of breakdown to give me from what you see on those numbers.
Yeah. So regarding which one, the batsman or the bowlers?
Both.
There we go.
He's like,
Both.
hey, Tommy,
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Don't restrict me to just. No, I wouldn't do it. You can talk. Give me both, and tell me first about the captains. Let's go back to the captains first.
Yeah, so captaincy, I mean, with the batting thing, I would go for Virat because I think he brings in a lot, not just with the bat, but also with his captaincy as well. When it comes to Test cricket, the kind of aggression, the kind of approach that India has had over the last few years, it's Virat Kohli. I mean, he doesn't settle for a draw; he goes for a win. It doesn't really go always in our favor, but then that approach is something which I really enjoy watching. I mean, after 5 days of sitting in front of the TV, I want a result, not a draw. So
Sure.
that's why I prefer Virat Kohli in that sense. Bowling, I feel it's kind of unfair to compare Ishant and Anderson. Anderson is far too good, but then Ishant is good in his own way. I mean, he could have been compared with some other bowler because as we can see, he's played 168 matches and Ishant has played just over 100 matches. So that there's a whole gap of 100 matches where you gain experience and pick more wickets. So I feel that's kind of unfair. But then, yeah, Anderson over there.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. It's good stuff. It's exciting times, and I think we're getting ready for game time. Like I said, weather's looking good right here in the UK, which is so nice to say. I'm going to repeat it several times. The weather is good in the UK. There is a heat wave coming next week as well. So we're going to hopefully have a good 5 tests in England. Let's talk about England. Let's talk about the Valet, as we say, right? So they're also a team that are missing players. No Stokes at the moment. We wish him well, generally. I know there's lots going on there, and I hope he gets back to enjoying the game on behalf of me and Bharat Army and all of us here. We don't want no one to be having those kind of issues. But how does that alleviate some sort of pressure on us? Is it going to be Curran stepping up? Who wants to tackle this one? Let's see. Everyone's nodding. Right? What are you thinking?
Well, definitely England are missing the likes of one of the best all-rounder. If you look at the modern cricket, even in the overall cricket, after Kyle Mills, you will get the name of Ben Stokes as one of the best all-rounder in the Test match cricket. But even they are missing the services of Jofra Archer. So I think it's the best chance for India. But talking about England, they have also got some depth. You look at their 11, everyone can bat except James Anderson, even Stuart Broad. Last time we remember Josh Butler and Stuart Broad putting up a partnership of 98 runs. So that was the highest of the 9th wicket partnership. So I think Rory Burns and Dom Sibley at the top. Then they have Zach Crawley, Joe Root, Johnny Bairstow, Josh Butler, Jack Leach, Sam Curran. So a lot of batting depth, and even Ollie Robinson. So Ollie Robinson could be the man, because people have not watched him. As we have, we know what could be the plan against James Anderson or someone like a Stuart Broad. But Ollie Robinson, he has played only one match after that controversy happened. So maybe Ollie Robinson can turn out of the box for the Indian this time.
Actually, Kunal and Sanika, a Test series is where that depth in a squad can really shine. Is that gonna be a problem? Is that quality of depth that England have got?
I think it'll be useful to them, but then in a way, they can use it like the Aussies did. I mean, we lost the series because we didn't have Steve Smith and Warner. I think that's how England can use. We don't have Stokes, that's why we lost it. Probably that's going to happen. But then, they do have a great depth, and I feel someone like Sam Curran and the entire squad that Yathar had, Rattar in Hindi, Rattar is by karke rakha tha pura. So everyone is a world-class batsman, world-class player, and Rax has joined. Hi.
There you go. Well, we're going to see. We're going to go to Rakesh live at the ground. In fact, let's do it now. He's there. Rakesh from the Bharat Army pitch side with the Bharat Army boys. Hi, Rakesh. Can you hear me? Over. You can speak now. Oh no, I can't hear you.
Audio issues.
I can see you. Look at that banda behind as well.
The PPI.
they wait for everything. They're waiting for food like that. They wait for cricket like that. For no reason. There you go. Look, you can tell you're always in a combination of people who the technical support is and Rakesh clearly was like, I don't know what's going on. So Akshay's trying to say these guys are in the stands right now. They're at Trent Bridge. Kunal and Sanika, out of you two, who is the technical one and who is the one? Oh, actually, I already know the answer. I know Sanika is clearly the brains, holding it all together, while Kunal is trying to be the face of it. I'm not believing it for 1 minute. But they are pitch side. So I'm going to just
in between all of this, I think England has won the toss and they have elected to bat.
Yathat, are you at the stadium right now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Yathat.
Yeah.
We can hear you. Yathat's just got one of those fake backgrounds of his bedroom.
Yeah.
He's actually in England right now. He's at Trent Bridge. We can't hear Rax, but hopefully we'll get back to him in a moment. We'll get the sound.
But Yathat, what's the decision? Like, who won and what did that team choose?
England elected to bat first, and as it is, Kohli lost the toss.
So Kohli lost the toss again.
Okay, Sonny, we Kohli lost the toss. How are we feeling right now with the decision process?
Well, I think Kohli must be feeling really happy because, knowing what he does if he wins the toss, he must be having this in his mind that I wanted to bowl first because these are my set of players, so I know who is capable of doing his best at what level. So for me, I think good decision in favor of Team India because we've got pretty good bowlers who can trouble this English lineup. But there's one player who really, I think can turn out to be a key player for Team England. It's Hasib Hamid if he plays because he has been doing really well in the county circuit. He played a test series against India in India. He did well there also. So looking forward to how he tackles this Indian bowling lineup, which has Ishant Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj, Shardul Thakur, Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja. So it's going to be a tough battle. And one more thing, whenever we prepared for the fast bowlers, we've actually given it to the spinners. So that's the one thing we need to, sort out, not giving it to the spinners and playing the fast bowlers safely.
Yeah. Aren't you surprised? I mean, usually Team India is the one जो एक दिन पहले playing 11 announce कर देते हैं. And this time, did we learn it the hard way in the Test Championship final that we shouldn't be doing that anymore? Yeah, anyone can go.
Sorry, I didn't heard. Sorry.
Oh no, I was mentioning that usually so I'm actually excited more than the toss for the playing 11.
But, and India, so the bowling combination is Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad.
Have the list already. Did you just steal it from Virat right now?
Yeah. So surprisingly, Jadeja has missed out again, and Shardul Thakur is playing this time.
Yeah. So Yatharth is like, okay, now you're done with the toss. Give me the sheet.
Yeah.
But you're right. We are absolutely at crunch time right now. But Kunal, what were you saying? You were going to say earlier on.
No, I was mentioning the fact that Yathat, I'll ask this to you again. I mean, the fact that Team India used to announce the playing 11 a day before, a day or 2 days prior to the actual start of the match, and this time we didn't do that. So, is this something that Team India learned the hard way in the Test Championship final when we kind of gave away our weaknesses and strengths, and that's why we're rectifying it, or it's just a one-match thing?
Well, it's some kind of a mind game because if you release your score, that really show that you are confident of what 11 you are already playing. But on the other side of the hand, the opposition already knows that of what kind of the combination are you going with. So, like India went with 3 fast bowler and 2 spinners. So New Zealand did a smarter thing. They went with only 4 seamers and no spinners, and CDG as their all-rounder. So I think this some kind of plays with your mind, but nothing really on the minds. What plans you have got, you really need to execute that.
Okay. We have actually got some. We can cross over to the ground now. We have got some footage of the guys at the ground talking to fans and that earlier this morning. Let's take a look. This is what happened at Trent Bridge earlier today.
Hey guys, it's Amish and Akshay from the Bharat Army, live at Trent Bridge outside the stadium. Akshay, how you feeling?
Feeling good, buzzing, happy to be back at the stadium. The atmosphere is rocking here, and India are ready for a big win this series.
And what do you think about the lineup? What's your thoughts?
Well, I think Virat Kohli's decided to wait to release the lineup until the toss for a reason. I think there's a lot of uncertainty in the lineup. No one really knows what he's going to go with, so I think there might be a couple of surprise factors that he's going to put in.
Openers. Who's coming in?
That's anyone's guess. I think everyone's expecting KL Rahul to come in, the obvious choice, play cricket before, but there's a reason why Iswaran's in the team, and he has got amazing first-class stats. He's here as the reserve opener. We now need a reserve opener, so why not give the guy a go? England won't know much about him, so why not give him a try? And he could be a surprise factor today.
So does that mean KL Rahul makes your starting 11?
He doesn't make my starting 11 personally.
Okay.
If he does, I'll be happy with it as well. But I like to see Iswaran being given a go.
Cool. Now bowlers, two spinners, Siraj. What's going on?
Yeah, so my front three seamers, I would actually not give Ishant a go today. It's going to be fairly overcast in Nottingham. Today the sun's out, but I think the rest of the days is forecast for a bit of rain, overcast, and Siraj can get the ball to swing. Save Ishant Sharma for Lords, where he hits the deck hard.
One of the most reliable bowlers for India in the last few years, and you're saying not to play him in the first test?
It's a long series. He's mid-30s now. We've got to use our rest and rotation. I think the conditions suit Siraj the best for this game. Going forward, Ishant will get plenty of cricket.
Cool. And what's a good day's result for you, mate?
Good day's result, we want to, if we're bowling first, we want to take early wickets, put the pressure on them, but ideally with the conditions they are, we want to win the toss. We want to bat all day long, put runs on the board. When it gets tough tomorrow with the cloud out, that's when our seamers come in and cause damage.
So I'm not a big fan of giving predictions and so forth, but I'm going to ask you, start of the series, what do you think the final series result's going to be?
It's going to be 2-2 going into Old Trafford, and India will nick it at Old Trafford 3-2. Come on India.
Come on India, that's it from the Bharat Army. Thank you very much.
Happy with the amount of sunshine that you're seeing there as well?
Yeah. Very happy. Don't even miss you questioning those. I remember you used to ask Akshay and Amish, and two people used to have two different opinions completely, and there should be some banter over there.
I know, you're right. You can tell. I know those guys.
Yeah.
Going on right now. But I'll tell you what they're doing. Everyone's looking at their watches thinking, 10 o'clock. Should we have a beer? And it only takes one. It's like a domino. Or someone kind of going, yeah, should we have some food now? Some food first? So it's all about getting ready, getting yourself lined up, charged up, and excited. I'm just jealous. I'm not there right now. But we got a long way to go. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And we're going to be doing this every day. We're going to be catching up with each other at the end of the game, day's play as well. And of course, every day of the test in the morning. Well, for us, it's the morning before the game starts, and then towards the end of the day as well. But I'm going to leave you with this just before we wrap up here, guys. Nottingham, it's famous for Robin Hood, the Prince of Thieves, as you may know the story. Robin, who used to steal from the rich and give to the poor. It's also famous, Nottingham is, where they're playing today, for inventing the video cassette recorder. The VCR was invented. Your dad is going, what's a VCR? Is that what you put DVDs in? No, it's a thing that we used to, that old people like me know about. Also, traffic lights were invented in Nottingham. It was done with a gas lantern that went from red to green, and it turned around. And finally, ibuprofen, pain relief, was invented in Nottingham. So which team is going to need pain relief? Which one will be robbing from the rich and giving it to the poor? Set your VCRs to record the match, people. There's going to be plenty of action, and you'll be glad to know there is enough daylight, forget traffic light, daylight for the game to play. So we're in for a great one. Guys, thank you, as always. Sunny, Kunal, Sanika, Yitat. Let the games begin. Bharat Army are here cheering on. Thank you to Daffa News as well. And we'll join you at the end of the day. Take care, guys. See you later.
Bye.